Well, I started this little series of videos about building my new PC to help me on my art journey, and I've come to the end. And the key things I've taken away is that you've got to be a lot more forceful in putting together a PC than how I remembered. Surely that's going to clip onto that. Brute force. Sometimes that's just what's needed to overcome your fear. Things don't break. They are engineered really well.
This is the problem when you've got different manufacturers, and just one little millimetre can make all the difference between having a cry of success and another one of frustration.
I'm really happy after a few weeks of running this PC and the particular CPU. The only thing that's really annoyed me is Windows. Windows 11 is just... that's a story for another YouTuber to take up. But it's just... I just miss Windows 10. Anyway, the video editing is incredibly fast now for me. By a huge factor. And when I'm putting together a video, I don't have to use proxies or fiddle around, and the rendering time, I measure it in just a few minutes versus a couple of hours. So I'm really impressed with how it's all come together. And who knows, in a few years' time, maybe I'll do another one. So here's the sort of reveal at the end, just some little more details about the case. And from now on, it should be back to art. Fantastic. That's what I'm here for. So enjoy the vid, and thanks for watching. Okay. So here we are in the studio, at least the recording desk of the studio. And I've cabled everything up in the PC. It's all there. And I've been using it for a couple of weeks now. So it all sort of works. And I thought, well, I'll just open up the back. And hopefully nothing bad happens. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Because there's a few things I wanted to show. Oops, is that all done? If I can, here we go. Cables are a mess. I don't really care too much about cable management because there's a cover. There's a cover there, and I'm just not that OCD. But what I thought I'd show you about this is the Fractal Pop Air that I've used for building my new PC. And down the bottom here, I'll try and zoom that in editing. And there was 2 drive bays. And so I've got a drive, a 4 terabyte that I've salvaged from the old PC. So I went into the old PC and gutted it. And so facing in this way are 2 hard drives, and but I've put a DVD drive, an old optical drive, up here, which I'll probably put a Blu-ray in, because we use Plex, and I've kind of gone off streaming, just go back to buying stuff and then running it through the PC again. But as I pulled out one of those drives there, I saw, in fact, it's got a really unusual little drive or connection that you can put that drive bay vertical, and hard drives don't care. These old mechanical drives. So this is a big, thick old 1 terabyte Western Digital. It's just a data drive, documents and pictures and stuff. You can have your hard drives whichever way you want. I've read some research that says that if they've been sitting flat for a long time, it's probably best not to change them. But I thought that was a really cool feature. You just use a little thumb drive in here, and insert it in. And I finally discovered what all the correct cables were for. I was right off. It had just been so long since I'd done a PC. I just didn't know what everything was. So we've got this used to be my OS drive and is now used. I think I've got some couple of games on there, and I use it for video editing as well, so that the video editing isn't sort of trying to read write from the same drive all the time when you've got extra stuff for processing. So anyway, that's the back side of the Fractal Pop Air case. It was a beautiful case to work with. I really enjoyed it, actually. I mean, there were plenty of moments where I was face palming and wondering what the heck, where everything went. But it's got a bit of room to stuff your cables, so yeah, top marks to Fractal. I've slapped in another fan up the top here. So this is another extraction fan pulling hot air out from the CPU, and hot air rises anyway, so why not give it a boost. I couldn't quite fit another 140 in here though. There wasn't enough clearance between the motherboard. But should I ever want to, I can replace the two puny fans on the front that come with the case, put them there, and put two 140s on the front for a bit more airflow. But I've been watching the temperatures, and they're perfectly fine. There was one review I had read of this case, and they really didn't like it at all, and said it shouldn't be called a Pop Air at all. Pop Nowhere, I think they referred to it as. But I'm just not finding that as a problem with the type of setup I have. The CPU and the GPU just aren't going through enough stress to cause major heat. So there you go. I'll do some shots off the PC. I'll have to wait until it's dark in here. There's too much reflection on the glass case, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's lit up. Not that I purposely decided to have RGB, but there you go. So I'll pause here and we'll get another shot later.